Warning: the following video contains material that may be triggering and traumatizing to some audiences. Last time on Why Do They Part 1.
A black man dating white women, right? And he gets slandered for that, yada yada. Oh, there's no flavor, no color. Oh, you hate yourself. Woo whoop.
We get slandered for anything.
Anything
And everything. Like,
Do you think you get slandered like as a black man in general or just men in general?
it's
Like,
men, but
both.
it's most specifically
Really,
black
both.
men.
So what I would say is, to answer y'all question, I just feel like, so I'm gonna start with y'all first example. So boom. And this, I promise you, I love all my women, and this is no offense to Caucasian women at all. But if you really want to go and document back to times where, and even nowadays, times when there was like segregation or slavery or whatever the situation is, there weren't white women who were in the households cooking. There weren't white women who were in the households cleaning. There weren't white women who were in the household, to be very honest, putting the cootie cat on their man how they was supposed to. You get what I'm saying? They weren't taking care of their kids, and they weren't doing what the stereotypes would say a woman is supposed to be doing. They wasn't holding their man down. They wasn't taking their part in the relationship. So everything about black loves, me personally, excites me. When I get older, I want a black man. Like, that's just something that excites me. That's my personal preference. I'm into that. Other people, other black women have different preferences, wanting to be with white men or whatever the situation may be, or wanting to be homosexual or whatever the situation may be. It's completely fine. That's just my personal preference. But it gets frustrating when it's just like, I'm doing everything for my black man. Not only am I doing everything for my black man, but I understand my black man. I know what he's going into every day. I know what his fight is every day. I know he has a bullseye on his back every day that he wakes up. I know that this man may wake up out his sleep and be terrified of what may going on in life because of the fact that he's a black man. And then on top of that, I'm making sure you're straight. I'm making sure your house is clean. I'm making sure your kids is being taken care of by me. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm making sure you're good. And it could be vice versa. My man can do the same for me. But at the end of the day, the reason why it's different is because a white woman she's not necessarily raised to have the same tendencies as a black or a colored woman when they're supposed to be cooking and cleaning and taking care of their man and, being submissive to them. They're not necessarily raised with the same tendencies because it's not a stereotype for them. It's a stereotype for us. A woman who doesn't clean in her household is looked at highly. A white woman who doesn't clean in her household, she's looked at as superior. She's looked at as dominant or whatever the situation may be. That's just the person that she is. So when a black man goes and gets him a white woman, it's like, damn, what did I miss? Like, what did I do wrong? But when a black woman goes and gets her a white man, look at it in this perspective. Both men are still holding the same qualities in the household. My white man is taking out the trash just like how my black man was. My white man is defending me just like how my black man was. My white man rubs my feet at night just like how my black man was. It's the same thing. No matter the man, it's the same thing. But it's different for a black man who goes to get a white woman. Because it's just like they're not doing all the same things that I was doing. They weren't holding up all the same qualities that I was holding up. So it's a difference. Like, I don't know. Would you agree with that? How do you feel about that?
I think what you said was pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I don't know. That's how I look at it. I don't know how everybody else looks at it. I would love to see how all my other gossipians look at it, but that's just how I look at it. I would love to be well informed. So
I'm gonna be completely honest, like respectfully, I feel like that way of thinking is very flawed.
you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you saying that oh, there's no difference in the way. I could say the same thing for black women and white women. I could say that white women could do what a black woman did, but probably even better. Who know? Who knows? Who knows what a woman can do? Honestly, from what I heard from some of my brothers who had white women, they treat them swell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
and you know, they treat them very good. So I just feel like you saying that is not fair, and also saying like you saying coming with the fact that oh, the white woman isn't, or whatever race isn't doing what I was doing for you as a black woman, and you gonna turn around and saying like oh, this white man is doing everything that the black man was doing for you. I feel like that's not fair too.
I'm not saying like a white woman completely just can't do what a black woman can do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying from history standpoint, what history has taught us and raised us to do, being born into being a black woman, being born into being a colored woman. That's what I'm saying. White women in the past is what I'm saying is they had servers and servants and stuff like that who take care of that situation in the past, in history. Not something that's present, but they had that. So it wasn't instilled into the society and into the culture and into the stereotypes of a white woman. I'm not saying that a white woman can't do that, or I'm not saying a white woman can't learn to, or it's not in every Caucasian's household or whatever the situation may be. But I am saying like men are normally taught, whether it be black or white, take out the trash, do this, do that, be the muscle man. That's what I'm saying. Regardless of the color of the man, they're taught to be what a man would look like is supposed to be, I guess. But women were brought up differently depending on the race. So that's what I'm saying in history-wise and culture-wise. So it's just like let's speak on Hispanics. Like,
Yeah,
how would
like
you?
I'm a Hispanic woman, and I was raised to know how to cook, clean, I know how to take care of babies, I know how to take care of my family, I know how to take care of sick people, I know how to do first aid, I can know how to do a lot of things. I've been doing my own laundry since I was 7. I was taught a lot of things from a young age that way I'd be able to provide for myself. I have a couple of friends who don't know how to cook. Their mom does their laundry for them. Their mom cooks their food for them. They don't pay for their own gas. Like it's really dependent on the household and how they were raised. I was raised to be very independent, and I feel like it's bittersweet because sometimes I had to pick myself up, but at the end of the day, like now I have that confidence in myself that if I was ever in a situation that I wanted to get out of, I can do that. I'm independent enough that I can be okay on my own. Like I don't need to depend on anybody. And I feel like that's a lot of, like, there are certain people that weren't raised that way. There are a lot of people who are very dependent on other people or their parents, and I respect that, and I understand, but like I kind of feel bad in a way because like
You can't.
they missed they can't really provide for themselves 100%. Like they're like I teach my friends who don't know how to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
That way they can take care of
Let me
themselves.
say something real quick. Since we're using like the example of like dating outside your race and stuff for the slander and whatnot, like just to bring it back to like the slander and stuff. But I feel like nobody should get slandered for dating outside their race.
I don't think
Not-
so either.
Not
Yeah,
men
me
or
too.
women. I feel like the only time you should judge somebody for like that date on that dating scene is when they don't date out their race. Like I may be weird about that, or there may be people that agree with me. I find it very weird when people don't date outside their race. Like you should,
racist.
yeah, you should. Like I'm not gonna lie, yeah, like that shit is low-key racism, bro. Like we're all humans. Like for like you to date somebody or like talk to somebody, whatever it may be, you have to have a physical attraction or just something that brings you to that person. So me personally, speaking for myself, if you look good and your vibe, like I can vibe with you, I don't care what your race is or nothing like that. You can be black, Asian, white, it don't matter. But like, I'm going to fuck with you because you look good. Something draws me to you, and I fuck with your vibe. Feel me? But like, nobody should be slandered because of that. And I feel like men get slandered because of that. Women too, but
I
it's
think-
mostly men.
I think men definitely do get slandered for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
More
what,
than women do.
what I can say to bring it back to like the points that y'all was making. If you want to, if you want to talk about history in a way, like not everybody was rich enough to have slaves. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of white women was doing the housework, taking care of the kids at the crib, whoop whoop. So I just don't think like even though like in history and during slavery or whatever, you know what I'm saying, black women was doing that the most, you know. And I'm not making a case for, you know what I'm saying, white men. Whoop whoop. I'm just saying like it's like if you're like you're saying like men was raised the same like white men and black men.
It all depends.
Was raised like the same to had the same qualities. That, as to your point, you were saying, I feel like it's the same for white women. Like they were raised to cook. I like during in history, and I can't say for nowadays because I don't really talk to white women, but from what like I said, from what I do hear from some of my boys or brothers who do, you know what I'm saying, mess with white women, they do all of that stuff for them. That's how they were raised. So I just feel like it's not that kind of discrepancy there. I just feel like we're slandered off of the reason that, I don't know, I feel like people feel entitled to have a black man's love.
That's deep.
I'm a advocate for I love all women. You shouldn't have you can have a preference, like you should want what you want, but you should be open as well to other things. You shouldn't be like, oh, I only want a white woman. I only that, because that's weird too. Like if a guy only likes white women, I'm like, bro, like black women are beautiful too, Asian women are beautiful too, Hispanic women are beautiful too. I feel like there's so many beautiful women out here of different ethnicities and races, exactly. So nobody should get like judged upon or slandered because they outside the race or like other races. We should just all be like, we're humans. Like we should all just like humans for humans, not because of their race or ethnicity. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a problem, like bigger and beyond, like way bigger than us. I agree with y'all 100%. I don't think people should be judged on who they date who you want to be honest, whether that be race, age, whatever it is, whatever it may be. I don't think that should be a problem, and I don't think that it should be looked at any differently than dating inside your race. Me personally, I have my preferences. Like if I see a light-skinned guy and he look fly and he's smooth, it's like, okay, maybe I'll give him a chance. But the way that I look at it is sometimes light-skinned guys, since I'm so light-skinned, if they as light as I am, I just be like, ooh, that's low-key looking like, that's low-key feeling like relative-ish. Like that's too close to relative. So that's why I don't necessarily always go look to light-skinned guys, although I don't like mind them at all. I kind of wanted to try a white boy. I never tried a white boy before, but whatever. We ain't gonna get into that. I like the whole Hispanic scene. I like the, you know what I'm saying? I think that's fly. But my personal preference, I like them chocolate.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
That's
like
perfect
them
though.
dark. I like
you got a
them
preference,
chocolate.
but you
That's,
open.
right,
Yeah,
I'm open to trying different things, but it's just like,
feel me?
I don't know.
So it's like,
That's how a lot of people should be.
I don't base it off of race. I base it off of vibe.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
If I'm with you and I'm having a good time and I feel comfortable being myself around you, I like you. That's it.
Listen,
like,
you tell me a joke and I'm in here cracking up laughing. I think we might be able to see each other.
So like, this is why I find like this conversation to be productive, because this is an issue. I'm glad y'all realize like it's like that's like it's an actual problem. Like to bring it back to what I originally said, when a black man finds somebody outside of their race, more specifically white women, it's an issue. But when a black woman does it, it's not an issue.
It's not an issue, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the person who's all here for preferences. Like I always say I don't got a type. Women are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you are. But like if you have a preference as like something that you usually, you know what I'm saying, go for, then that's alright. To me. But when a guy has their preferences, it's an issue.
Yeah. I get
But
that.
it's not
I
an
can
issue the
definitely
other way
vouch for
around.
y'all too for that one because when guys have their preferences, like whether they want like light skins or dark skins or whatever the situation may be, it is a
Yeah.
problem whichever side they choose.
Exactly.
But if a girl was to say, like how I said, I'm more attracted to dark skinned guys, it's not necessarily a problem because
Yeah.
you know girls are on my side to like defend me. But I get what y'all where
Yeah,
y'all
and
are
it goes
coming
back to the slander. We get
Yeah.
slandered for it. We can do no right. You feel me?
from. I don't know. I think it's.
But it goes beyond like it goes beyond
Yeah, that's just the
Just
example.
like-
that's what I'm
just
saying.
the
It's way
example.
like
beyond
it goes
us.
beyond like preferences or whatever the case may be.
It's just the
'Cause,
example,
like, but
yeah.
like men constantly get slandered online
For like
for
everything,
like
everything,
for everything, and even things that women do themselves. That's what I find.
That's just our example that we got deep
Yeah.
into. You feel me?
Thank y'all so much. I am so excited that you guys were all able to come out and be a part of this show.
Thank you for
But
having
that
us.
is a wrap to all my gossipians out there who are watching Why Do They episode part 1 and part 2. I hope you guys tuned in and I hope you loved it much. And we want to see you guys like, comment, and return. Okay? See you guys. Bye, guys.
Bye.